It's Jessie here, and it is Wednesday, I think. Yeah, it's Wednesday. Tomorrow, no, it's Thursday. Jeez. Today is Thursday. It's the last day of April. Oh my goodness, that's insane. I spent the entire month in this room. It's wild. It's so crazy to think about all of this stuff happening all over the world, exactly, at this time period. Feels like some big stuff is happening. So all I'm doing here is teaching some yoga, which is something I think is important, and it's also just something I know how to do and I enjoy doing. So I thank you so much for turning on this video if you've made it this far. Today is by special request by my mom. It's kind of a Mother's Day theme, actually. We received this beautiful blanket in the mail from Chris's mom, and it is the most beautiful blanket I've ever seen in my entire life. And if she hadn't specifically said this blanket is meant to be used because it's machine washable, then we probably would have put it up in, on a wall somewhere. It's beautiful on me. Gail, if you're watching this, thank you so much. So yes, pre-Mother's Day. Every day should be Mother's Day, really. So we're focusing on getting some arm strength, which is a really common thing for women. I've been rock climbing for years, and I still am just learning how to use my arms somehow. We got a hangboard, and it turns out I have no hand strength. So unless you've been using your hands all your life, to move things around and construction work or building a house or something, or gardening is a really good one. But if you haven't been doing that, you might find that your arms are a little weaker than you wish they would be. So we'll be focusing on that a little bit, using chaturangas to really gain control of being in the strength of our arms. And then also leg strengthening, always a good thing. You stand upright. So we'll be doing some chair variations and just kind of mixing it up. We're also going to do a little bit of ankle care, just kind of, if you're going to be doing beach walking this summer, which I really hope that you do. I hope you walk on all the beaches barefoot this summer. Your ankles might not be ready for it. So this could be a cool way to get ready for the summer and for all those beaches you're going to be walking on. So I hope you have your mat space created. We won't need any props or anything today. So just an area that you feel comfortable in, and we'll give you some strength and stability during this little sweat fest we're gonna have, hopefully. Go at your own speed, do as many or as little as you want. We're gonna do a couple of things multiple times, and you can modify this however you want. You can do 1 or 10. You could pause the video and just keep going if you wanted. So that's also a way that you can modify for your own needs. So we're gonna start standing today. It's a rare thing for me to do, but figure draw yourself up. You're a mountain. And begin coming into your own breath. You can allow your eyes to close and your attention to focus inwards. Drawing a little invisible line around your mat space. Maybe draw your attention to the base of your feet and experiment with seeing how much surface area of your foot you can get on the mat. And then press down. Feel those roots growing out from the base of your feet into your mat space and down. This roots you into the spot where you are right now. Your chest can be open-hearted and open-minded. Shoulders roll down your back. Really just taking up this space. Fingers can be fanned open, energy moving through each limb. The crown of your head reaches towards the ceiling. And your next inhale can be deeper. See if you can find some new depth to your breath. Seeing if you can expand into your lungs, into your chest, literally making the physical space bigger. Kind of like how the Grinch grew his heart 4 sizes bigger that day. All right. We are going to begin at the front of our mats. So walk yourself to the front of your mat and find mountain once again. Inhale, arms come up. Find that length along your waists. And exhale, hands come together. We'll do that one more time, or a few more times. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands come together. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exaggerate this movement. Exhale, hands come together. Your next inhale, you're drawing your right knee into your chest, clasping your fingers along your shin, drawing that hip back into your body. Maybe giving some gentle strength to persuade your knee to come towards your chest. Anchor down in that left foot. Feel the roots expanding downwards. Maybe drop that hip if you feel it. If you feel yourself hiking it up. Find your gaze strength. And if you feel good here and you want to continue forward, hands come to the waist. Your knee is still bent. Continue breathing. And if you feel good here, you still want to go forward, extend that leg. Pull that hip back into the socket. Maybe flex that right foot, pulling it back towards your face, really engaging that quad. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Shake it off, other side. Inhale, left knee comes into the chest. Switch the grip for the fingers to clasp the hands over the shin, gently drawing the knee back towards your chest. Shoulders are relaxed. Use your biceps to pull in the knee. Keep breathing. And bring your hands to your waist if you feel good. Really engaging in this hip flexor, the quad. If you feel good, you can extend your leg out. Woo. Keeping your gaze steady helps you balance. Draw that left hip back slightly. Make sure your hips are square. Inhale. Exhale, release. We're kind of getting into the hip flexor because most often than not, I find that when I'm strengthening my legs, my hips are the first thing to get tired. So we're just warming them up, bringing them into the conversation. All right, ground yourself in mountain. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hips sink. You are in chair. Take note of where your feet are currently. Are they hip width? Are they together? Just make a decision. Make sure you can see your toes in front of your knees. Don't go as far as you can right away because you might regret it. Roll your shoulders down your back. Gentle tuck of the tailbone. Pull your belly back towards your spine, supporting that lower back. Keep going, Utkatasana. You're doing it. Feel that burn. All right, we're going to take it one step further. Inhale, come onto your toes, lift your heels. Take a breath here. If it feels good, hinge forward, exhaling. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, replace the heels and stand up. Release it. Excellent. We're going to pull that sequence into our sun salutation here and there, kind of just allowing that those muscle fibers of the thighs to get strong in your Utkatasana. Yeah, it's good stuff. All right. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, sink the hips. Send that right foot back. Inhale. You are in Anjaneyasana, crescent. Couple of breaths here. Make sure the hips are level. Roll the shoulder blades away from the ears. And inhale, ground down to that left foot. Right foot comes up. You're still in chair. Inhale, stand up. Mountain. One more time. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, sink the hips, chair. Inhale, pick up that left foot, send it back. Anjaneyasana on the left side, depending on right side, depending on how you look at it. Relax the shoulders, away from the ears. Maybe pull that left hip, or that left hip kind of forward, right hip kind of back. Just checking in with the hips, see how they're feeling flexibility-wise today. Inhale, lift. Exhale, ground down the right, left foot meets right, sink the hips, chair. Inhale, reach up, and release the arms. All right, moving forward, going to our sun salutation. It's a variation, sun salutation variation. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Really give yourself a moment here. Checking in. Maybe nice bend in the knees. You should be kind of warm already, so your hamstrings might be willing to negotiate. Inhale, plant the hands on the shins or the ground. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Step the right foot back and left foot. You are in a plank. We're going to hold it for just a second to keep our, more than a couple of seconds, to make sure that our alignment is good. So hips are in line with shoulders, tail is kind of neutral, not sticking one way or another. Fingers are fanned open, pressing down into the ball mound of the thumb and the index finger. That's the best place. Belly is scooped in. Pushing into those hands. So that'll spread your shoulder blades down your back. Legs are alive. Keep your breath going here. Use it to guide you forward and deeper into each pose, even when it's uncomfortable. But use that fire. Inhale, pull it forward. Exhale, back to down dog or child's pose. One breath here. Inhale brings you up to plank. Exhale goes halfway down. Inhale here. Exhale, push it up. Knees are just fine. You almost get more sensation if you use your knees, especially if you're doing it right. If it helps you do it right, then definitely do it. We're going to do this a couple more times. That inhale to shift forward. Exhale to go halfway down. Inhale here. Exhale, push it back up. Make sure your elbows are pulled into your sides. So repeat this as many times as you would like. Try and see how many you can do. Inhale shifts you forward. Exhale halfway. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale forward. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. And when you are ready, you can shift it back to child's pose. Maybe roll your wrists around a little bit. Seeing how your wrists are doing. Make sure that you make good decisions for your body parts independently, because they all have their own unique desires and wants, and yeah, they don't always agree with your brain, so that makes it interesting. So coming up through tabletop, catch your breath. We're going to do a little bit of wrist care here. So you're just going to begin shifting forward and back with your hands facing forward. We'll sprinkle a couple more of these in throughout the practice. Maybe do some circles here. And this is something you can always come back to if your wrists are bothering you in another yoga class. And teacher will never get mad at you for stopping to take care of your wrists. Okay. Coming up through plank. Inhale, shift you forward. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. Reach the heart forward. Exhale, release. All right, we're going to go the opposite direction. We're going up this time. Okay, so hands planted by your chest. Tuck your toes under. Use your knees if you need. But I encourage you to challenge yourself, whatever that means for you. So inhale. Exhale, push all the way up. And back to down dog. Awesome work. That right there will get you very far. That when I started doing those exercises like that, that's really when my yoga and my arm strength took a steep improvement. So yeah, just giving you some tools. You're still in down dog. Inhale that right foot come up. Exhale, scoop it into the chest, send it forward. Left foot joins it. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Feeling the full length of your body. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Stand in mountain for 1 moment. And inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands sweep down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back to plank. All right, you got another time to show yourself what you can do, what you are made of. Take your breath here, engage your belly, make the decision to have knees down or up. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, halfway. Inhale. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale halfway down. Inhale. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. We're going back up again. Hands plant, toes tuck. Inhale. Squeeze the elbows in. Exhale, push it up. Use your strength. And back to down dog. Take a breath here. Reconnecting with your breath. Inhale, left foot comes up. Exhale, sweep it forward gently, place it down. Right foot joins it. Fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands come together. So we're going to go through all of that one more time, kind of linking together a couple of those sequences. So you can do as many of the same little thing as you would like, or you can just follow me. Either way, find what works for you. And give yourself that permission to push yourself. It's hard sometimes when, especially like arm strength, like I really do see how hard it is to build up arm strength when you don't really know how to focus on it. And it's nothing to do with you or, your workouts or anything. It's just like it might be a weird gap in your history of working out. So, no shame. We are just trying to be as strong as we can be. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, chair. Hips sink. Inhale. Exhale, right foot steps back. Inhale, lift the chest, Adams-Weinert. Exhale, right foot meets left. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, left foot steps back. Exhale, chair. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step right foot back. Step left foot back. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, lower slow or repeat. Do as many push-up chaturangas as you would like. Cobra. And meeting back in child's pose or down dog. Taking a few breaths, feeling the warmth of your breath as it comes out and feeling that heat source within you. Walk yourself back up to down dog. Inhale, left foot comes up. Exhale, draw it forward, step it down. Right foot joins it. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, hips come down. Inhale, arms come up, chair pose. Inhale, right foot steps back. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, chair. Inhale, left foot comes back. Exhale, chair. Sit a little lower if you can. Your nice inner strength. Stand up. I can't speak anymore. I'm too excited. Feel your heart beating. Mountain pose. All right. So turning to face one side of your mat. Step wide. As wide as feels good. Toes can face forward or slightly pigeon-toed. Hands can be on your hips. Inhale, reach up. We're going down for fold. So flat back, hinges forward, pulling your heart forward, forward, forward. And eventually allowing your upper body to just kind of hang in between your legs. Bring your hands somewhere that can give you some structure. So maybe underneath the shoulders is a good place. If you are further up, then maybe coming up on your fingertips. Use what you have around you as well, if needed. You can use your belly to pull you deeper in. Maybe engage your quadriceps by lifting your kneecaps. Maybe pick up your toes, see what that's like. And allow gravity to do some of its work. Gravity can be just like the best tool ever when you're stretching. If you'll know that you can release a little bit of tension, and gravity's there to catch you. Or something like that. Breathing deep into your heart space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale here. Engage your core. Inhale rises you up. All right. We're going to come down onto our mats to do a little bit of stretching our hips and whatnot. So it's always a good thing to do to take advantage of the warmth that you've already created and to stretch right after you work out. I know it's not always possible or makes sense, but it's a good thing to try for. So draw your left foot into a 90-degree angle and bring your right foot so that it's the ankle is overlapping the left thigh. So your right foot is flexed. Sit up tall for a moment. So you should look down, you might see a triangle in between your thighs. You could put something, a pillow or anything underneath this knee just to, if that feels better for you. So as you're folding forward here, try and keep as flat of a back as you can. Taking your time to fold forward. Inhales to find that length and exhales to go a little deeper. You're allowing the breath to guide you. Feel that right hip rooting down. And if you can't make it very far down, all I would think about for you is to think about pulling that heart forward while also rooting down with your hips. Allowing yourself to fill up with that sensation of stretch in the hip. Directing your breath to that place of tension. And next inhale, you begin walking your hands back towards you. And switch. Taking whatever motion in between sides that might feel good to you. Just even like a wiggling of the hip can be nice. So left foot is flexed over to the outside of the right thigh this time, towards the knee. So you look down, you might see a couple of triangles in between your legs. All right, grounding down to that left hip, feeling any kinds of imbalances. My hips have a really hard time with this pose, So it's just something that I have to keep with me as I'm going deeper into the pose. So inhales to find your length in the spine. Exhales to go deeper. Recognizing the differences between the sides without judgment. Sending some breath, some oxygen down to that area of tension. Sending awareness. Finding some softness and stillness. As you are ready, if you feel complete, you can walk your hands back towards your body, sitting up tall. Unravel your legs, and maybe windshield wiper them back and forth. If that feels right, that could be a good thing to kind of unwind these hips that we have. Just did a lot of work with all of those chair poses. All right. So last thing, just to take care of our hands and our wrists, we're just gonna do some wrist circles. Wrist circles, one direction, and then flipping direction. You're also strengthening a little bit here while you're also loosening up. So that's double bonus points. When that feels good, you can start playing with your fingers. Just imagine like you're playing the piano. Stretching your fingers out. Just really allowing that full extension of the fingers that rarely happens. And a lot of that travels up into the muscles of the arm as well. So things that you do on the outside of your body can really have effects like further into the body. It all interrelated. When that feels complete, allow yourself to sit. Maybe allow your eyes to close. Reconnecting to that softness, that stillness that you've cultivated. And let's send the feet out in front of us, because I forgot to do a little hamstring stretch, and my hamstrings really need it. So if this forward fold sounds good to you and your hamstrings could really take the benefit, then you can follow me. If there's something that you were thinking about that your body really just needs, I encourage you to follow that feeling and do something that feels good to you. All right, if you are in this forward fold with me, sitting up tall, make sure your sit bones are planted and begin pulling your ribs over your knees. Bring your hands wherever they feel, wherever they land. If they make it to the feet, that's awesome. If not, don't worry about it. Knees can be as bent as you need it. It doesn't take away from the pose to bend the knees and then work on straightening them. Here again, think about pulling the belly towards your thighs, allowing that extra strength. And feel how that pulling the belly, engaging the core, allows the backside allows your back to relax a little bit. Releasing slowly. Bring yourself back onto your back. Here, I'm overwhelmed by the number of things that you could do that would feel good. So we will maybe do a twist. Although I encourage you to continue after this video ends to explore feelings from this practice. So your left knee is drawing into your chest, and draw it towards the right side of the body, transferring the weight, transferring the right hand, just gently guiding it across. See if you can ground down in that left shoulder. Left arm can come to a T, gaze can follow, if that feels good. Inhale, left knee comes back into the chest, and send it away. Switching sides, inhale, right knee into the chest, squeeze it in. And drawing it across the body, left hand takes over, right shoulder stays on the ground. Feel that juicy unwinding of the torso. Inhale, draw the knee back into the chest. And send it out long. Here we are going to take Shavasana. Griffin has already started, as you might be able to see. It's very cute. So if you're ready for your Shavasana, allow yourself to completely fold over onto the ground, just giving way to the forces of gravity, and allow your muscles to release. Release any force of breath or any sort of muscles, all of them, just relax them. Allowing the face to soften. Giving your mind and your body just very well deserved rest. Don't worry about the feet, they can roll out. I genuinely hope that you got some strength from this practice and has given you perhaps some inspiration to continue exploring your own muscle strengths and finding those imbalances. I also hope you found some softness in this practice, and perhaps realization that such strength and softness can exist together and work together to make a beautiful feeling, a beautiful connection between you and your body. Mom, if you're watching this, I love you. And I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. The student and teacher in me honors the student and teacher in you. Namaste.